and this could be out of the clear blue sky. If I wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? In order for me to date any man, he has to give me $5,000 a day.
Men do listen to your preferences and your standards, and they do disqualify you based on those. Describe, let's talk about it.
Leave her alone. Like, if there's a girl that, like, if as a woman I say, and this could be out of the clear blue sky, if I wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? In order for me to date any man, he has to give me $5,000 a day. You could just leave me alone.
Yep.
You could just not say, you could just leave me alone and be like, well, she's not for me, so let me move on. But they don't do that.
As you guys know, since we've been saying here for a full year, we completely advocate you walking away from women once you hear something that you know you have no interest, no business in satisfying. If she says, hey, I need $5,000 a day, yeah, okay, cool, you're not for me. We never advocate men sitting there and trying to convince her, trying to overcome an objection and say, no, I'm not going to do 5,000, I'll do 1,000. I'll do 500 a day. No. She's clearly saying you're not in this sort of league. That's not what I want. But the truth is, men absolutely do hear your standards, your preferences, and they simply accept it, and then they disqualify you based off that. But more to the point, not only do they disqualify you, they end up disqualifying people that look like you, people that have your hair texture, people that have your skin color, people that sound like you, people that dress like you. It's not fair, I grant that, but what it is, this is a part of the human condition where we end up bunking things together to make sense. Your brain does it automatically. Is it part of fight or flight? But when you see certain characteristics and you've associated that with bad characteristics, you just simply say, okay, this is a person, this is what they do. It's not fair. It takes you a bit of more effort and energy to realize I need to give that person some grace, some understanding. We do it all the time in the things that we don't seem to like, things we don't gravitate towards. You had a bad experience with this type of recipe, so next time you have it, you're a little hesitant. It can turn out the second time, it can be great. It could be the first one is a complete fluke. The first one should have been treated as an isolated incident, but how many of those first ones did you end up avoiding before you gave it a shot? We do the same thing here on the internet. The difference is we have the ability to be broadcast into everyone's life, into your home, into your phone, and you readily have to see this opinion. The issue here is a lot of these opinions aren't based on reality. A lot of these opinions are based on, let me say the next inflammatory thing, so maybe I can go viral. Maybe people will see this, like this, and then I can capitalize on their attention. Because attention is the drug. So you're talking as if, okay, you've got so many men around you, and you just say, listen, this is my demand. This is what my preference is. Okay, I'll honor that. I'll walk away. Now I know, let me set my preference. Let me set my preference. But in the meantime, the next time I'm looking for someone that I've liked, that I want to step to, I'm going to look and remember, oh yeah, what was the last one? What did she say? Oh yeah, the last time I stepped to her, remember how she clowned me in front of her friends? Okay, that sits in people. That sits on their soul before they're ready to say, you just say, get over it. That's not how humans are. It was that simple. We could say the same thing to women. Hey, you approach a man and it goes left and you say, I'm never doing this again. I'm never doing this again. That's usually the refrain. Men are supposed to get over these things. So in order and part of getting over that is saying, I've tried this over here with her, with someone that looks like her. I got that response. Maybe I'll try it, maybe not. But now that's part of that process. It's part of the thinking process now. That maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just wait, give it a second, look for something else. Or you start writing people off entirely. You see so many comments about men, black men who look at black women and say, absolutely not. It's based on their lived experience and the experience that they have every time they open up the app. Every time they open up the app, they see another thing, whereas there's a woman that looks like them, shares their skin color, that is dogging them out in some other way. The second part of this, what we never really get to addressing, is there's a difference in quality. The men that you're talking about, the men that are going to be insistent when you say something ridiculous, those men are not going to take and step off, don't really understand the value of their attention and their time. Men that do, well, you have trouble meeting them. You have trouble finding them. If they're out for a purpose. They're out to enjoy themselves, maybe time with the fellas, or simply out because they want to let off some steam. They look and they say, how has their life been organized? How is it set up? Do they have the bandwidth to entertain what you're saying, to entertain you in their life? And a lot of times in this society, no, especially if you're a man on the rise, on the grind. Okay, it's great, it's nice to look at, but it's not something I can't take seriously, so I won't even begin to start this. Or otherwise, it's, I already know what the play is going to be. I see you, I see the group of girls, you're out trying to enjoy yourself. If I talk to one of you and someone here doesn't like you, play defense, or you'll come in and just simply clown me. Then there'll be a story time, a 15-part story time on TikTok in the next few days. A lot of the conversations on here that we pose, or from the stories, or from just a post, this is why I've always been such an advocate that we have to kind of police ourselves. It's fun, it's you know, it's just all jokes, but when you put that out there in conjunction with all the negativity, all the misogyny you see about men, what ends up happening? Why would men who constantly feel attacked have positive views about you, about who is sometimes what seems like the biggest purveyor of this misogyny is our black women? It becomes hard to say, let me now embrace something that is thorny. Now, we have to also, like we say, or like we try to say in most of these videos, what we're looking at here is a vocal minority that posts online. The real world is filled with people who don't know anything about this, are indifferent to this, or often they're happy coupled up marriages and relationships. The real world is safer and probably nicer than what you see online. Of course, the problem is that we sit here and we live in front of our phone. So this becomes realer to us than outside does. We're more likely to open up our phone than we are to go outside and observe people in reality who they deal with. But even when we go and observe them, we're already afflicted by what we consumed on our phone. Just the same way you'll see a woman that has all this misogynic sort of rhetoric, but she has very little worldly experience with men. Well, I saw it. I witnessed it. You witnessed it through a lens of a friend that was complaining. You witnessed through a lens of someone that was already in a bad relationship. This is not to excuse men. It's not to say that doesn't happen, but it didn't happen to you. You took it and you said, of course, this is what is readily accepted. So let me now embrace it and let me go forth with that very same attitude. Men see that, and the result of that, especially good men, especially men that have nothing or try to have nothing to do with this, but yet get lumped in, all they say is indifference. All they say is take a step back and they say, okay, great, I see it, I hear it, I'm gonna leave you alone. You say something like, your requirement is $5,000 a day. Men are gonna see that and say, great, cool, I'm gonna leave you alone. Before you even notice that you were disqualified, before you even notice anything about being in that running, you already were disqualified. Then of course, your sister that looks just like you, before she opens her mouth to talk about what her standards would be, already disqualified. It's too similar, right? It's too similar. So they say, okay, ready, disqualified. I'm just saying what naturally happens. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying that we have to accept some of the natural proclivities that happen when we put stuff out here. How it's received is never really cared about. It's never really talked about outside of, if you get a disagreement, you simply look at that as confirmation. Look at the comment section for a lot of women's posts, especially the more misogynic, the better. You'll see, oh, the men are really upset in this post. The men are really upset in this chat. Look at them confirming everything you're saying. We're walking towards a place where, one, men have become more and more comfortable with just having an opinion and letting you know about it. Sometimes in awful ways, sometimes in humorous ways, but they're talking. They're responding to you and what you're saying. But we're gonna walk towards a path where it gets to the point where it's just indifferent, and your audience is no longer men that are looking to prove you wrong or even just try to harass you. Or you probably just have the harassers left. But some men in those comment sections are going for their own edification. They're trying to find out exactly what you mean, why you would say something like that. Not in a post like this, not in something so inflammatory, so ridiculous, but they're often going so they can understand what your point of view is. So they don't offend, so they don't make the mistakes. They're still trying to learn, but you'll get to the point when it just becomes indifferent. I think we're seeing a lot more of that today. Listen, if you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. If you see other videos on your screen, check those out. And if you still listen to my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. We're just trying to build something dope. See you in the next one.